Hey everybody, welcome to T-Ham 141 Homestead. My name is Tracy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Come on in, have a seat. If it's your millionth time here, there's probably something wrong with you, but come on in and have a seat anyway. Guys, it is 90 degrees here on the homestead today, upstate New York. Fat Man is not used to this heat. It wasn't this hot. Of course, we were riding, but in West Virginia, I just got back from an awesome vacation. Keep watching my videos. You'll start seeing more and more of the riding. The last video we saw Chad. Chad had a problem. He broke a CV shaft, which is a drive axle in the back, and then somehow his brake lines, front brake lines, got out of their little holders and were rubbing on the rims, and he got a hole in his brake line. And the picture looks like he's towing Trevor home, but actually Trevor was acting as a brake because he had no brakes. But both lines on both sides of the front were out of those little holders, and it's just suspicious. You know, one, you might think, two, nah, it's a little hinky because it's hard. It's, you know, you got to work to get them in those little things. So how you doing? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and comment, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that little notification bell. Remy, how's it going? Do you go for surgery tomorrow, or was that today? I think you were in the hospital earlier today. I'm not sure what the surgery is. Doesn't really matter. Praying for you, man. Recover well. I don't know. But yeah, it is. Oh, it's 91 degrees out, 90 degrees in. I got an air conditioner. Oh, you're home now. Minor thing. Okay, well, good. Recover well, my friend. I have a feeling that Matt is watching. Matt Brinkerhoff. He's shy. He might not say anything. Don't scare him away. Yes, he is beginning his adventure into retirement. I've been retired since I was like 28 years old. And now I find myself the only homesteader I know that has to exercise to try to stay healthy. Most homesteaders that I know are you know, they're kind of lean because that W word, I can't think of it. What is it? Oh, wisdom tooth was removed. I got the wrong glasses on. Helps to read when I got the right glasses on. There we go. Wisdom tooth was removed. I had to be put under. Yeah. I'm one of those guys, for better or for worse, that I have to be put under for anybody to put their hands in my mouth. It really inconvenient. I was the first time I really encountered I don't know if it's a phobia or what. I was in the Army, and this major came in and he was going to clean my teeth. And he stuck his hands in my mouth and he started scraping. And I said, I pulled his hand out of my mouth. I said, sir, I said, you got to put me under. I said, I can't deal with your hands in my mouth. I just can't. It's driving me nuts. Oh, you're infantry. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. And he stuck his hands back in my mouth. I grabbed his wrist and I moved it out of my mouth. I said, sir, we have to stop. I said, you have to put me under. I said, because I can't stand someone's hands in my mouth. And so he started to put his hands back in my mouth again, and I closed my mouth, and he's like, private, because I was at E3 at that time. 767. Okay, let's see what this is. It's me.
What?
You're listening to me.
How can I listen to you if it's not live, is it?
It is live.
It can't be live. I'm talking to you right now.
Okay, there might be a little bit of a delay. This is Matt, by the way. Everybody say hi, Matt. Hi, Matt.
I'm not watching you live.
You are watching me live. I'm talking about the dentist putting his hands in my mouth.
767. Oh, you're way behind.
No, you're way behind. All right. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, why did he come? He didn't come through as Matt. Anyway, so anyway, he ordered me to open my mouth. And I opened my mouth and he stuck his hands in my mouth and I put my hands on his wrist. He says, private, as a PFC, he says, if you move my hand, I'm going to have you arrested for assault on an officer. And I said, sir, this isn't going to happen today. I'm about to get in big trouble. And he says, all right, we'll come back another day. He rescheduled me and let me go. But how did I get on teeth? Oh, your wisdom teeth. Yeah, I have to be put out for them to do anything in my mouth. I can suffer through the fittings. I do have dentures on top. But I can suffer through those fittings a little bit, but you know, hey. Oh well. Yeah, he should have, but yeah, in the Army, you have no rights. In the United States military, you are under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. You are not under constitutional rights. You waive all your rights. You are you become, I don't want to say a subject. You become a member of a group that is outside under a different set of laws. And yeah, it really stinks. But yes, he should have listened the first time. I'm very lucky that he didn't push the point any farther, because back then I was rash and brash and stupid. Yeah. But yeah, I loved West Virginia. It is beautiful down there. The mountains will just enthrall you with their beauty. Riding the trails is fantastic. Just to let you know, No Borders Homestead. I posted the podcast number 9 for No Borders Homesteaders. That had Remy, Mahilin, myself, and Annie on it. And I posted that today, and the after show on Patreon. I got to see, I think we've got a 10 done. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, so what is the temperature? Let me see if I have weather 13303. Let's see if Nightbot is signed in. So you can put weather and then your space and your zip code. And weather for Avra. Conditions are sunny with a temperature of 84 degrees. The wind is blowing from the current humidity is 54. The current humidity is I'm soaking wet. That's the current humidity. 78. Oh, what I wouldn't give for 78. Holy moly. Yeah, it is hot. My thing's saying it's still 91 out and 90 in. Here in just a little bit, I'm gonna put the 39 Celsius feels like 45. Yeah. I'm gonna put the air conditioner in because holy moly, it's hot. Hey Google, what is 39 degrees Celsius?
What are you asking?
What is 39 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
39 degrees Celsius is 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Woo, doggy, 102. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Oh, I don't have that light on. Oh. Yeah, I've been editing and I have come to the decision that, to the knowledge that my chair hates me because I sit here and I don't feel a thing. I'm good. I'm working. Edit. I started out at, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning after my run and stuff. Next thing I know, I look and it was 4 p.m. in the evening, and I went to stand up and my lower back just died. It hurt so bad. But the next morning I woke up, all night long, it was killing me. I didn't get much sleep. I exercised the next morning. I did not run. So it was just sit-ups, push-ups. And I tried to stretch my back really, really good. But I figure it's probably growing pains because fat man is growing. I figure it's probably growing pains because I'm hopefully making muscle where there used to be fat. My muscles have deteriorated to a point where yeah. That, don't let it fool you. It's all fat. All of it. I do 20 push-ups in a set. And I can only do like 2 sets. Sit-ups I'm a little bit better on. I don't know anything about this healthy stuff. Ask me about my apothecary. I can talk all day long. Do your own research before you try anything I say, though. Yeah, my garden is doing great. I have a 3x8 box for a garden. Other than my perennials, I planted beets, I planted beans, and I planted cucumbers. This year, anything else I'm going to get from the farmer's market. I know that is, super homesteader. Yay. But this, it's just something. Sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. And this year, I don't know what happened. Apparently I had other priorities than planting my garden. I am transferring from the Back to Eden garden method with the wood chips to raised beds. And my plants are doing great in this. I had 2-year-old the top of the pig pen for about 3 years, and then I scraped off the top and then let it set for 2 years. And the plants look like they're doing great. But yeah, I am just not that into weeding. And you have to keep up. It's just like anything. You have to keep up on weeding, even in the back to Eden garden. Weeds love the back to Eden garden because they use the same mycelium that goes between the wood chips, the mycelium for mushrooms and fungi, that the plants can tap into and get all their nutrients and water and stuff. It's like starting them out with a whole bunch of roots. But the weeds get that too. And they're easy to pull. Don't get me wrong. They're easy to pull. But I have such a big area that I think I'm going to do a bunch of small areas. And then, supplement with what I can get. If I buy a half a bushel of tomatoes, I can half a bushel of tomatoes and it'll last me 2 years. I like my own green beans. I like my own asparagus. I have echinacea. I have comfrey. I have catnip. I have yarrow growing. My apple trees blossom this year. I'm really hoping that they will fruit out this year. Not sure. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Big shout out, thank you to Alex and Misty who came and took care of the chickens and the pigs. The pigs didn't get out on them, thank God. And the chickens all look wonderful. I just started letting the chicks out of their pen. First, I opened it up so that they could get in with the other chickens and go out that door, but they weren't using it. I'm thinking that I got a couple roosters that can be idiots to the other chickens. And so I took and I started opening the other door for their thing, and they're coming out, and it's real cool. They're discovering bugs and stuff like that. I don't know why I haven't put the other ones into freezer camp. I used to say that by egg or by leg, they're going to feed me. And they do. They will. They're still laying eggs, not the roosters, but and I have a Silky right now that's sitting on eggs again. She sat for a little while, and then she got up off them. Today I went and I just had to put a new, what do they call them? A grommet. It's a rubber. There's a rubber in the rear suspension of my Ford Escape. There is a big rubber buffer type thing that had metal going around it, and it comes down and it's like a arm. And the rubber was gone. And I started hearing bang, bang every time it hit one of these potholes out here. Well, the potholes are starting to get where they're bad. I mean, they're straight down, 3 inches. I don't know what would you say that is right there? About 3 inches, 4 inches, I think. And anyway, don't worry, ladies. That's 10 inches. Don't forget. Anyway, that was bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, you go straight down into these potholes and then straight back up, and the town is supposed to take care of it. It's a seasonal road. They're supposed to maintain it. And usually they come through with a grader and load a couple loads of driveway mix or some kind of gravel, and they put on it, and then they roll it so it stays in. And this year it's unusually bad because it's this year was such a light year. We didn't have the snowmobile trail. We didn't have a snowmobile season. We didn't have enough snow. So we were able to drive on the whole thing all year long. Except for, I think they had like 2, maybe 3 weekends that was snowmobile season, where they could actually ride snowmobiles. So that has all combined to make it really a rough road. Let's see here. Trying to think of what I want to do. Anyway, in the summer, my views go down. Right now there's 2, 3, sometimes 4 people popping in, and that's okay. Catch me on the rebound, catch me when you have time. I understand everybody is outside working. I go outside and play. I'm allergic to work. This wet stuff on my forehead, it's called, I looked it up one time. It's called perspiration. I didn't look into it any further because it sounds deadly. So I try to avoid perspiration, and I know I'm allergic to the W word. No, not women. I'm allergic to work. That's another thing. Everything I do, my friend Matt, everything I do, this guy, he's really rooting for me. He wants me to have a life so bad, and I have to fight so hard not to. But he's like, "Oh, you're doing sit-ups, push-ups, you're exercising. You talking to a woman?" No, Matt, not talking to anybody. And it's just so funny. Dude, you gotta have those friends. Trevor is my brother, and Matt's kind of my brother too. They make life so interesting. You know, those guys that just hold you to that higher standard, call you on your BS, and yeah, that's Matt. I try to call him on his too, but I got to be careful because he's huge. Sun's out, guns out, Matt. Yeah, he's been a correction officer on the CERT team and all that stuff for years. I wrestled him once for about 7 seconds. He told me if I could go 30 seconds with him, that he would give me $500. Yeah, 7 seconds. I was a pretzel on the ground. Apparently, they don't train them to play in corrections. Oh, goodness. I got my tack pack in today. And that's always exciting. It's like Christmas once a month. I think all totaled to get the tack pack, it costs me, it's $49. Yeah, it's like $49 a month, but then there's plus shipping and handling. And I got, well, you'll have to watch the video when it comes out to see what I got. A couple really cool things, but I looked everything up online, And on Amazon, you can get everything there for the low, low price of $129.17. So getting it for $49 in shipping, say $60. I think I made out. It's like half price. You never know what you're going to get. I got a huge boonie cap. Huge boonie cap. But you'll have to watch the video to see it on me because it's too hot right now to even play. I put on a shirt. Well, I had a shirt on when I was out working, but the last couple days I've been coming in and I'm wearing shorts. Woo! Look at them legs. And I'm wearing shorts. But once I get inside, nope, no new haircut. No new haircut. That is when I came in from working on the road doing the town's job. I went in and I had mowed the lawn earlier. And so I had grass clippings all over me. I had dust all over me. And I had like 10 minutes. And I realized that I didn't have anything set up. My mic was stored away. My cameras were in my bag from the trip, all that stuff. So I came in, I got that set up. I went in and I washed. I washed up. I just took cold water, rinsed off with a washcloth and tried to cool down a little bit. And yeah, this is just my hair not drying because I'm sweating. I am sweating profusely. This fan blowing air right past me. Woo. See if you can hear the wind coming out this year. But no, that is just I'm going to have to cut my hair soon. I did trim my beard when I got back from the trip. I didn't want to tempt the West Virginian women too badly. So I let my beard go bushy while we were down there. But I trimmed my beard up just for you guys. But yeah, my sister told me the other day, my sisters were up visiting my mom while Trevor and I were in West Virginia. And my sister's like, Tracy, you need to start taking your hat off. Because apparently, and I can kind of see it, there is a white line where my hat sets. It's not that bad because today I did the whole bandana. Yo, the bandana. Peace, dude. Because with a hat, they can only soak up so much. I know this is gross, but hey, you're homesteaders, deal with it. They can only soak up so much sweat and then it ends up running down your eyes. But the bandana catches it really, really nicely. There's a story behind this. For the record, Pepsi on an open wound hurts. Well, it's acidic. It's full of sugar, probably salt. You should not try. Oh, you're drinking from your wisdom tooth. Be careful. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, you should probably stick to water, Remy. Yeah, I am back home and Alex and Misty, my neighbors, took care of everything just fine. Handsome is still here. Richie is still MIA. I'm getting ready to presume him KIA. But you never know, man. Cats come back after months. But he's fixed. So he's not off tomming. I wouldn't think. Maybe he found somebody who treats him better. Maybe we have coyotes and fishers and hawks and eagles and minks. I don't know if a mink, they're kind of small. Weasels, and with the with yeah, no matter what the New York State Department of Fish and Game says, we have mountain lions, probably jaguars and cougars, and we have bears. We do have I believe it's several bears around that have been seen just down the road. So God only knows what happened to them. I haven't seen him on the roads anywhere. He might have just hooked up with an Amish cat and converted and said, I'm never going home. I drank about 3 liters of water today. I need to. Yeah. If you think Pepsi hurts, I know you drink beer. Beer is salty. That's because it's mostly made with urine. No, just joking. It's not urine. It tastes like it though. If I remember right. It's been a long, long time. But yeah, so I put out the no beer with medication. I know, yeah, the stuff I'm on, I can't have alcohol with it. It doubles the effect or something like that. I don't know. And I am weird enough when I am sober, so I don't even want to know what I would be like drunk. It's not that it's really bad, but it's a way my brain has. Yeah, man. Be careful. Be careful. There are very few drinks in the world that have destroyed a family. Fewer still that have destroyed hundreds of families, thousands of families. So just be careful. You know, everything in moderation. Don't let anything control you. You're a homesteader, for God's sake. Think about it. I'm off grid because I don't want someone to have the power to turn my electric off. I garden because I don't want someone to have the power to mess with my food. I really don't think the Amish at the farmer's market are going to be messing with my food and using chemicals and stuff. Maybe I can ask them. But, you know, because we don't want someone or something to have control over us, and it's alcohol can be really, really addicting. Now I know I'm going to get some pushback for this. I always do. The Bible does not say anywhere, and I have searched and searched and searched. The Bible does not say anywhere that it's a sin to drink. The Bible does say emphatically that being drunk is a sin. It's wrong. I think there's one position within the church that is not allowed to drink. I'll have to check on that. Yeah, Remy, that's, you know, I don't force my beliefs on anybody, but unfortunately you have to hear them. It's part of being my friend. And I'll listen to yours too. Me and Darren from Thorhaven Farm have some awesome conversations about our beliefs, our belief systems, because they are so very different. He has a right to his, and I have a right to mine, and we can discuss those. Remember when you could discuss things like that? You could discuss anything, and if you disagreed with somebody, it was okay. You could still be friends. Oh my gosh, I have friends. Okay, I really want to say this, but they unfriended me from Facebook. I up until recently had a friend who was voting totally opposite than me, and we could talk about that and pick on each other about that. Something happened, and he unfriended me, and it hurts, but that's his choice. That's also his right. Yeah. I know someone right now that um they drink every day, but it is to the point of getting um they're altering their senses. They're altering their state of awareness. Um and it's literally destroying their family. They were given an option to fix it. Stop drinking, 100% stop drinking. And one other thing which they had no problem with, but the drinking he wouldn't give up. Breaks my heart because, oh, what a wonderful family. So guys, don't let anything control you. Give your all to your family. If there's anything that controls you, it should be either your significant other or your children, or even better, your grandchildren. Those you can let control you. Why? Why let your wife or your significant other, your husband, your wife, control you? Well, because the two are one, and quite frankly, when she wins, you win. When she loses, you lose. And I'm not being smart about that. That's 100%. Oh, now come on. If Mona says, Remy, I really, really feel strongly about this. I don't want to do this, or I do want to, you would give in. There's nothing, yeah, absolutely. I'm even willing to say no sometimes. And yeah. Oh, yeah. That stopped being a weapon for me years ago, because when Wendy started getting sick, you know, but that's okay. That's okay, because it will encourage you to find other ways to be intimate with your wife. Not sexual intimacy, but intimate. But yes, it bothered me when Wendy was before we knew she had cancer. It bothered me when she would say no. Actually, she wouldn't say no. She'd get off me. But I still loved her. Our relationship was never built on sex. We could sit and talk for hours or sit side by side and not say anything for hours. It was one of those relationships that drove people nuts. How can you do that? How can you sit right beside her for hours and not say a word? Good shows were on. She was just as interested in them as I was. Or we were doing our own thing. We would go outside and do stuff, even back in Port Leyden. We really didn't have to have much conversation on a lot of stuff. Well, sex is part of being in a relationship, but things happen and you can't let it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can't resent that. I mean, we all have needs, but let's face it, sometimes a partner can't fulfill those needs because illness, varying conditions, and stuff like that. If you love someone for their beauty, it's going to suck when that beauty fades as you get older. I used to be handsome. And if you love someone for physical reasons, as you age, the physical stuff starts to die back, and you have to have something to fall back on. The empty nest syndrome. A lot of people, once the kids are all grown up, they split up because they stopped being husband and wife and became mom and dad. They stopped being man and wife and started becoming mom and dad. And then when they had to be man and wife again, they didn't know who each other was anymore because all of their attention was focused on the kids. Don't do that. Mom, husband, your wife always comes. Some people are not going to like this. The wife always comes before the children. That is not saying neglect your children. That is not saying do not love your children and do stuff with your children. I am not saying that a bit. But if mom needs something, you take care of mom because she's taking care of everybody. Wives, dad above the children. And at the very least, put them all on the same field. The two, no matter where you put them in that spectrum, your spouse and your kids are the most important things in your life. Everything else can burn away. Everything else will burn away. Your job, gone. I still have my spouse and my kids. Your home burned down. As long as you still have your spouse and your kids, you'll make it through. Why? Because I'm quoting Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious 1 through 25. There's nothing stronger than family. You build each other up and hold each other up. If he's holding her up and she's holding him up and they're both holding the kids up and the kids are inspiring the parents to hold them up, and that duo, unstoppable. According to my boss, family comes third. Colleagues are coming in second, and my job is my number one priority. Your boss is cracked. That job, That job could be gone tomorrow. Well, Remy, the hospital's closing down. You think they're going to cry for you? Hospital's closing down, Remy. 2 weeks from now, if you're lucky. If they don't come up to you and just say, hey, Remy, don't bother showing up for work. Hospital's closing down. No. Family comes in second. God, family, country, everything else. God, family, country, everything else. The greatest generation. The World War II, World War I and World War II generation. Well, that works. They hold the 1, 2, and 3 spot, so they're all basically number 1. Yeah. One day I'm going to get you to put God up there number 1, because when he's number 1, everything falls into place. But I'm not going to preach tonight. Well, yeah, family. Look at what you got there. Family, you got family as number 1. It's all about family. You're part of the family. Your kids are part of the family. You're part of the family. Your girlfriend and your mom are part of the family. Your nieces, brother, and dad, all part of the family. I say me because I need to be at least strong enough to care for them, but I would sacrifice myself for any. Yeah. You have to, you are a priority 100%. But I know you, Remy, if, and this doesn't even have to be family. If you need some alone time or some personal time, or to do, you need to just get away. Things are getting at you, and somebody, and this probably more than just family knowing you, ask you to do something or to help them with something or something like that, you're going to do it because that's the kind of person you are. And yeah. And each relationship is different, and each person is going to decide differently on how to structure their relationships in their head and in their life, and that is perfectly within your rights. This, if I am, I don't think I am, but if I am wrong, it wouldn't be the first time. All right, Dave, I'll probably be here when you get back. Once I woke up at 1 a.m. to go get a friend unstuck in the snow with my little Hyundai accent. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the things you do for people, it's, but yeah, and think about it. Now I, God, family, country, I would still give my life for this country. To this day, nobody ever said, okay, remember that oath you took? It only lasted that 4 years that you were in the service. You're done with it now. But yeah, the time that I spent with Trevor, my younger brother, we're adults now. He won't watch my lives, which is fine, because quite frankly, I get to talk about him. but he's one of the best men I know. He really is. And he's one of the, I don't know, he's one of the sternest, and he's more on the serious side. I mean, don't disagree with him because he's a rock. you'll splatter on the rock, but he'll still love you and do almost anything he can for you. But I got to see him giggle today after, not today, on this vacation. When, I mean, I'm talking giggle. He was giddy after, because Chad told him, dude, I wouldn't try that hill. There was a 5 foot, and it was at an angle like this. Okay. And it was 5 foot high. And Chad says, I wouldn't do this. He says, you can't do it. You're not going to make it. You're just going to roll your machine and bust it all up. And we waited until the last day, just in case that did happen. We made it up that hill. We had there was some effort that had to be put in it. We made it up that double black diamond. And, Trevor was in heaven, man. He was giddy. He was laughing and giggling and so excited. I was excited. And I wasn't even in the vehicle for the hard parts. I was filming it. Hopefully that all came out really well. But yeah, man. I believe I used the picture of the cheese grater. It was Trail 94. We went down Trail 94, and we're going down this trail, and I'm like, dude, this is not a double black diamond. This might be a blue trail, which is, you have green trails, blue trails, black trails, and double black trails. Okay. And then there are orange trails, which are for motorcycles, dirt bikes only. And we're going down this thing, and I'm like, Trevor, this is maybe a blue. And he says, well, maybe going back up it might be a black. Then, well, Friday, you will see it come out. Actually, I released a short of part of it today. You were like this on the trail, right up against the wall. Let's put it this way, where it said RMAX on the side of Trevor's side-by-side. Yeah, it's a little harder to read now. You can't see Trevor's son Brendan rolled the side-by-side about a year ago now, and he is supposed to replace the front fender because it messed up the front fender. But yeah, you can't see where that happened now. But yeah, it is hot. So guys, I've been on here almost an hour. And since I said that means we got about another 45 minutes before, once I say goodbye, I usually have another 45 minutes. Just joking. But hey, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and check out. I know Remy used the exclamation point share in the comments, and that shared his channel, his YouTube channel. Don't forget. And he also in the comments posted he posted the podcast. This is the podcast link to the last podcast that we did, number 9. We're almost in double digits. That's interesting. That's like 3, 4 of us, 6 of us sometimes. We get together online and we share things about homesteading in our lives, and it's just a lot of fun. We crack up. We have a lot of fun. I am horrible. We were supposed to do it Tuesday, and right here it is. No Borders Homesteaders. We were supposed to do it Tuesday, and I was just wiped right out. The heat and I overdid it. I don't know what I did to overdo it, but I overdid it. It is hard to get everybody on board at the same time. We got through planting season. Now what we need to do is we need to record ahead so that we're covered for harvest. And when it really gets down to where we're in our gardens and stuff. And then this winter, I would like to see us pre-record a year's worth of, or at least spring, winter, spring, and summer, and some of fall's podcasts. I'd like to make that a big thing. I would like to get to the point. I just watched a podcast. They made a shirt. They made several shirts. The Tism Touch, because one of them's autistic. His son's autistic, and everybody's got their little tism. Everybody's got something that they just geek out on. But they sold all. They said every penny that is made by these shirts is going to go to an autism charity. So for 1 month, only 1 month, in that 1 month, they raised I think it was $110,000. Why? Because the people on YouTube are good. The people on YouTube are generous. And I would like to get I'd like to get my channel where I could help people like that. But I would like to get our podcast where we could do stuff like that. Because he called the lady, he says, ma'am, he says, yeah, we have a donation that we'd like to give. And she goes, oh yeah, you just go online and you click on donate. He says, yeah, we can do that. But it's a lot of money. And she goes, well, how much money are we talking about? And he says, $110,000. And she started crying. and it was really, really cool. And I would like to be able to do stuff like that, but it's going to take, building that channel up. It takes a lot of work to work a channel. I mean, everything you do for the channel takes 10 times longer, because you have to film, you have to do the work, you have to move the camera to get the shot, then you have to actually get the job done. And it's a lot of work. So we all have our own channels, And then we've added this other project on with the podcast, and it is just amazing how much work it is. Now I've been having some really easy times with the editing of the No Borders, because we go through and then we do for half an hour to 45 minutes for YouTube, and then half an hour to 45 minutes for Patreon. And I just let it go. We can get a little, once we say, okay, welcome to the after show, because we record it all as one big thing. We say, okay, we're stopping the YouTube now. We're going to Patreon. We can let loose because Patreon doesn't really have the rules that weigh you down like YouTube. If I had 110,000 to give away, I would already have my house paid for, my food forest finished, a land purchase somewhere with a nice, I'd be retired. Yeah, well, I don't know about the retired part. You might be retired from your day job and be working YouTube full time. That would be nice. What I'm finding is that these people who are succeeding at YouTube are treating it like a business. They're treating it like a job. Because honestly, what you get from YouTube is what you put into it. You put 50% into YouTube, you're going to get 50% out of it. If you put 100% into YouTube, then you're going to get out of it. You're going to get it out. And yeah, these people are, I mean, their Patreon makes about $110,000 a month. And that, yeah, it would be a dream come true to be able to work that YouTube full time. Yeah, I kind of do. Lately, I've been dibbling at it. I've been dibbling at everything. I thought I had lack of motivation. I don't have a lack of motivation. I have a lack of discipline, because motivation comes and goes. You can wake up one morning and be all motivated and fired up for doing your exercise routine and running and everything else. Then the next morning you wake up and you're like, man, I just don't feel like doing it today. I'm not motivated. But if you have self-discipline, you will do it anyway. I am working on getting my self-discipline back. I had self-discipline in the Army. I used to, I would get so upset if we failed a room inspection or a weapons inspection or whatever inspection in the military. If I failed at a task in the military, it drove me nuts. Now I'm like, my life don't depend on it. I'm still waiting to find the time to do some. Well, yeah, absolutely, Remy. I'm not saying, brother, I'm right there with you. Between YouTube, and 5 or 6 other TV channels online, yeah, I vegetate on the couch a lot. Naps. I'm trying to get out of the habit of taking naps. It's not easy. I did start taking vitamin B12, which supposedly helps with energy. I am cutting down on the fat right now. You guys probably I don't know if you even care about this. Right now I'm doing a chicken, rice, and broccoli diet for one meal a day. In the mornings, I have started a protein shake. It's a whey shake. Tastes like Fruity Pebbles. But because I have got to start, number one, I feel the lighter I am, let's cancel that. The healthier I am, the better I feel. The better I feel, the more energy I have, the more energy I can put to various projects. So I am trying. I'm really trying on this 30-day challenge that Remy got me into. Remy challenged me on 30 to post something, whether it's a video, a short, or a community post every day for 30 days. And I'm trying. I know I missed a couple days while I was on vacation, but I tried to get up ahead as much as I could. But I want to get going. I want to get going. What I think kind of happened is I'm like, 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I've got to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I worked 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 2 years, a little over 2 years. And I finally got, finally got to 1,000 subscribers. And then it was like, all right, I made the goal. Never set another one. Never set another one. Annie was telling me today how that helped her organizing. Yeah. Organizing can help a lot. And just why does it look? Oh, I guess it's just the way the lighting is on this camera. It looks like I got 2 big horns coming out. Yeah. Yes, I am working on it. I think right now I have 1,550 subscribers. So I should be able to get another 450 subscribers by the end of 2024. Horns would make sense. I have to have something to hold up that halo because I can't do it myself. Okay, yeah. So 1,540. Yeah, that sounds about right. And it's been a long road to hoe. The homesteading niche is not the easiest niche to get into. It's not as exciting maybe as the gun tubers. It's not as romantic as some of the other channels out there. I don't know. I don't know if it's dying. I know that there are some people who have made it big, but now that they've made it big, they're doing projects that just aren't really open to beginners on a low budget. They well, yeah. I think I know that I posted. Oh man, what was it I posted the other day? My video. My video on day 1, part 1 of my vacation. That was 1 out of 10. Which is cool. Yeah, a new approach Yeah, we do vlog a lot. And I think sometimes that I might be confusing the algorithm a little bit. Because on my channel, I have homesteading stuff, I have tractor stuff, which is part of it's all homesteading. Um, and then I have ATV stuff, I have gun stuff. I have all that stuff on there, and I don't know if the algorithm knows what to do with me. Go straight to the point with our videos. We need to work. Yeah, it is. And we need to find. I am trying, because the advice you gave me, Remy, is really good advice to hit the off grid more. The thing is there's only so many things. I do every day. I think about my solar system, because I have multiple times a day. I go into the pantry and I check my power and decide whether or not that day I have to run the generator or whatever. But there's only so many times you can run a solar panel video. There's only so many times you can talk about your batteries and your other equipment, and people are like, okay, he's just doing. Yeah, 5-minute video on what to buy for. Yeah, and that's the thing. Some of the channels that I'm watching, like some of the gun tubers, I'm like, oh my gosh, they have other businesses that have given them money that has allowed them to, okay, I'm doing a video on a 1911 today. Today I'm doing a video on the 30-06. Today I'm doing a video on this and that. They just keep buying guns. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do this? How much panels batteries should you add in a year not to break the bank? Yeah. Right now, one question I have is, can I add to my batteries? First, I want to add, before I add to my batteries, because I already know that if night lasted 24 hours, if night lasted 48 hours, I would be okay with my system if it's fully charged. So what I need to do next is I need to get new solar panels, which is a video there. And there are all sorts of single videos, but it's just my animal videos on the pigs and on the chickens and stuff seem to do okay. My tractor videos do really well, and I need to do more of those. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, my tractor videos do really well. My splitting firewood. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I have been trying to do a lot of 8 to 10-minute videos. My vacation videos from riding UTV are going to be a little longer. Trevor says he has that tism, and he says that he likes to hear the engines. He likes to see driving, because on a green trail, you're basically driving down a dirt road, maybe a narrow dirt road, but it's a dirt road. And Trevor likes that. With the tractor, doing stuff with the tractor, he likes to hear the tractor. What's the engine doing? What's it sound like? And stuff like that. I'm not a big engine guy. I'm not a big mechanical guy. So it makes it hard on some things like that. But yeah, I'm going to just keep going, and I'm gonna double down. I'm going to, like you said, 2,000 by the end of 2024. That's my new goal. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like, that subscribe button, that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with new content. I got that about down pat. I did that down in West Virginia last year, and the last time we went, and Trevor threw water on me. This time he had a wrench in his hand. That wouldn't have been fun. But anyway, I am really going to go. Thank you guys for stopping by the homestead. I surely do appreciate it. And, pray for me. Because I need that discipline back in my life. I need, my garden is one box plus my perennials, and that's okay, because that's the wonderful thing about homesteading is you have the freedom to choose what you do, how much of it you do, when you do it, where you do it, how you do it. It's your choice. It's freedom. There's a lot of things in the good old USA and Canada and anywhere else that you may be, over in the UK and stuff. There are so many things that we don't have a choice in. But homesteading, there's a lot of freedom in it. While it's still legal. I got that shirt. Check out the Redbubble channel. Homestead while it's still legal. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Y'all have a wonderful day. Remember, if the girls don't find you handsome, at least let them find you handy. I love Red Green. That's a tip up to him. But y'all have a great and wonderful day. And God bless.